to literally put your energy into one thought, one belief, one vision, and then poof, it literally materializes. Like, that's how powerful you are. YouTube family, happy new year. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, stop what you're doing and go ahead and subscribe. My name is Ada Rojas. I am a solo entrepreneur, and every week on my channel you're gonna find a business energy reading from me. You don't have to have a business to watch these videos. Just take what information resonates. Whatever doesn't apply, let it fly. I typically upload every week, but because I'm going to have a very busy January, this is going to be my business energy reading for the month of January. I am getting ready to host an incredible event in New York City on January 14th. So if you're in New York or the surrounding areas, or if you want to fly in to come join us, you have to be at this event. It's going to be incredible. It's called the Rooted Visionary Experience. I'll have more details about it in the description and on my website. I'm so excited about this event. It's like an elevated vision board workshop. We are going to be doing all of the inner work that you need to do. It's almost going to be like a spiritual detox that you're going to end up having, a spiritual energetic detox that's going to really reset your energy to get you in the space that you need to be to actually then go ahead and put your vision board together, because it's so important that you are conscious of the energy that you are in when you are actually coming together to put your vision board for the year. So this is going to be an amazing event and I'm so excited. So with that being said, I've been energetically preparing for this event. I'm currently on a cleanse. I'm about a week into a 2-week cleanse that I'm doing to just, again, be able to be a vessel for this incredible experience. And I'm really trying to minimize any work that doesn't have to do with this event, so that again I could just really be fully prepared and immersed for this event. There's also a lot of like energetic work that I have to do for myself, a lot of spiritual work that I have to do for myself in preparation for this event, and I'm also traveling. So all that to say that this will be the only video that you guys are gonna get from me this month. But don't worry, I'm gonna make it good. So let's go ahead and get started. For this month's business energy reading, I'm gonna be using the Metaphysical Cannabis Oracle deck by Maggie Wilson. I purchased this deck about a few months ago because I just thought it was so dope. I had never seen like a cannabis oracle deck on the market, especially a metaphysical one at that. I have a really beautiful relationship to cannabis and her beautiful divine feminine energy, and I just feel very, very connected to that herb and plant. She is so healing, so powerful. She activates my third eye in a very like vivid way, and I always get like a lot of beautiful messages and downloads and confirmations, and it has just been really beautiful to build an intentional relationship with the plant. So I just already knew that because of my own relationship to cannabis, that this deck was going to be very resonant for me. So this is actually the first time that I pulled some cards from this deck on my channel. So I hope that you guys enjoy this reading and stay tuned. Sometime when I have some free time, I'll definitely film like a proper deck review for this deck for any of you guys that are interested. But we're gonna go ahead and pull some oracle cards from this deck, and then I'm also going to pull a card from the Ancestor deck, and yeah, we'll get into that. Take a deep breath, ground yourself, center your energy, call your energy back from just the madness of going back to the regular routine after all the holiday festivities. I actually had an amazing holiday season. I spent it by myself. I didn't go anywhere. I spent Noche Buena by myself making pasteles and hojas, which came out so bomb. I feel like I'm on Doña levels of cooking now, because like to make pasteles de hojas from scratch by yourself, like you really have to be a G, and that is what I am, okay? And then on New Year's Day, I actually went to the spa. The spa was open on New Year's Eve, and what better way to bring in the new year? So yeah, I just feel very good, very excited. Just anyways, call your energy back. Think of a question that you may have, that you want clarity on for this month in your business, in your personal life. And let's see what wants to happen in January 2024 for our business and or personal life. This card pull is the Conjuring card, and it says Legacy there at the bottom. And as you can see, it looks like somebody's exhaling like this huge puff, but it's very vibrant, it's full of a lot of colors, and it says Conjuring on it. So immediately what's coming up for me with the actual words Conjuring, Legacy, and then the actual image is to remember your power, to remember the power that you have to conjure, the power that you have to create, the power that you have to be a magical being. Like that's what magic is. It's like you're making something out of nothing. You're conjuring, you're using your intentions and your faith and your power to literally put your energy into one thought, one belief, one vision, and then poof, it literally materializes. Like that's how powerful you are. And when you think about the legacy, like that you come from, the people, your ancestors, how far your lineage has come to literally to have created you, this freaking incredible being that is out here just like aware of who you are, aware of your family, aware of your lineage, and yes, the generational curses, but can we talk about the generational blessings? Like we often overlook the generational blessings. We often overlook the legacy. We often overlook the spiritual inheritance that people of the diaspora, descendants of the diaspora, literally carry in their DNA. We have such a huge spiritual inheritance. Oh my God, it is so powerful. And I know that my desire for sure is for more of you guys to tap into your spiritual inheritance, because we are so wealthy when it comes to culture and tradition and relationship to spirit, and how we show up to honor spirit and how spirit takes care of us. And so tap into that energy for sure in January. What a better way to start the year, like remembering the legacy of conjuring that you have in your literal DNA. Many ancient cultures believe that wisdom is passed down through smoke, and that when you inhale the smoke, you can receive messages from those who are your guides and ancestors. Little caveat, if you're not setting intentions every time you smoke whatever you smoke, right? Whether you're smoking tobacco for the ancestors, whether you're smoking cannabis, with your own relationship to cannabis, whatever you're smoking. If you are not setting intentions before you do that, please do that. Like it is very, very powerful. It will literally shift the way that you experience smoking, period. So please set your intentions. Please, I beg of you. And also cleanse whatever it is that you're smoking too. Let's not forget that. It was said that ancestors would communicate through the smoke when you exhaled in the form of shapes and other symbols. The smoke produced from vaporizing the plant spirit is not any better than when you use fire, but the quality of your message may be better received when this channel is used, as it can result in clear channeling. The vape card arrives when you are ready to talk with someone about your plant spirit communications. Maybe you keep this in the dark from some and are out to others. This card appears with the Thrive Variety card. It's time to get in the flow. Find a body of water to cleanse attachments that may be weighing heavy on your heart. and the plant spirit is a lemon balm. And it's so funny because look what is literally laying right next to me. It is, I don't know if you guys can see the label, but it's lemon balm. I actually decided to move all of my herbs. I have a lot of herbs like canned in jars that I work with, whether it's to make teas or to, you know, create my little magic potions and things. And so I usually have them in a cabinet above my stove, and I'm like, no, I want to see them every day. Like, I want to be able to like open up the jar and smell them and just like see them and be in their energy. So I literally moved all of my herbs and brought them into my office, and they're like lined up against this wall. So that's so funny that that came up, and I actually have lemon balm. This is sage, and as you can see here, this sage is actually harvested from Chicago. I have sage that I brought with me from Chicago. I used to live in an apartment complex that had a garden, and that's how like I really started connecting with plants and feeling them energetically. I'll share that story another time. But before I left Chicago, I was really sad about leaving because I had built such a beautiful relationship to all the herbs that were growing in our community garden, and to a lot of like even trees in Chicago, specifically where I lived in Bronzeville. But I knew that it was time to go. So before I left, I actually harvested some herbs, and I dried them out, and I brought them with me. So this is like Chicago spearmint that I have as well, and I have some basil from Chicago too that I brought. So in this jar at the bottom we have Chicago sage, and then this is sage that I actually have harvested here in Virginia. So the card is arriving when you're ready to talk with someone about your plant spirit communication. So for those of you that have just been gravitating more towards your plants, for those of you who have started to build intentional relationships with cannabis or any other plant that you interact with, it doesn't have to be cannabis, and you don't have to smoke it. It could literally be your plants. It could be herbs and teas and anything like that. Just pay attention, and it's time to get into flow. It's time to get into flow. Cleanse any attachments that may be weighing heavy on your heart, and, you know, be ready for what's coming forward, which seems like you're going to start to become clear your channel, clear your body, so that you can become a vessel for more clear communication from spirit. Why does this guy look like Bad Bunny? Is it me? He kind of looks like Bad Bunny, and if you didn't know who Bad Bunny is, a brujo. You cannot tell me that he's not. So it says community, and this card to me is really all about bringing your heart energy, your heart center to community, and showing up in sacred service. And especially like as you conjure and you start to become a clear vessel for spirit, you know, bring that love and those messages to your community. And when I say community, I don't want you guys to think, oh, well, I don't have a YouTube channel like Ada does. I don't have a following online. I don't have a community. Like, what do you mean? Like, bring this to the community? No. That is not the only definition of community. Community is the people that you live with. Community is the people that you commune with on the daily, your friends, your co-workers, people in your neighborhood, your literal neighbors, okay? I want you to think about community outside of what the internet and media defines community as. You are part of a community, and you have people that you have chosen to be part of your community. So how can you show up in sacred service to those people in your chosen community? That's what this card for sure is giving me. Like, don't forget where you came from. Don't forget how the people in your community have also contributed to your legacy. That's really, really important. I actually was reminiscing on this yesterday and just thinking about, you know, the Bronx, thinking about New York, especially as I'm I'm heading back to New York for this event, you know. I'm really excited to serve my community in this way. And it doesn't matter where I live. New York really made me, and I was born there. And it's just always going to be a part of me and my story. Hood Love stands with his fists out and the gold rings on his fingers spell out his name. Energy is a form of wisdom radiating out from his hands into the ether. The golden spear from our Ziki Dabaran is glowing in his hands, indicating that whatever you touch is going to be fruitful, but you have to believe in yourself before anyone else will. If this card appears, it's time to find the community and support you deserve. We are communal beings and benefit from being around others who understand us. The lone wolf doesn't survive as it would in the pack. Although you may feel alone, there are unseen forces that are supporting you in the ether. Have you met your neighbors? Do you really know your neighborhood? Are your first memories of your neighborhood good ones or ones surrounded by fear? Sit with those memories and retell the story that empowers and leaves you feeling an elevated emotion such as gratitude. I love this so much. Literally going back, going back to your first memories of your neighborhood and community. And for those of you that are looking to change your relationship to community and even what that word means to you and how community shows up in your life, and if you're looking for community, like, you need to be at the Rooted Visionary event. You need to find a way to get there. This event is rooted in community. I'm not gonna say anymore because if you know, you know. Period. And then the last card in this pool is the Wizard card, and it's calling for balance. And as you can see, they're holding a joint here, and there's like all these lassos around them. There's a lasso like intertwined in around the hand, but there's also like a spark at the end. So it's like this rope like being lit up, but then also tied around the person's hands. And you know, it's, for me, this just reminds me of that card in tarot. I think is it the Wizard card or like the Magician card? Just reminding you that like you have the ability to create anything, but also like when you are in the process of tapping in to that power that you have to create, to tap into that power to be a wizard, to tap into that power to be a bruja and be the magician over your life, remember balance. And one of the affirmations, or like one of the things that I always try to keep in mind whenever I'm calling anything in, is I always say for the greatest and highest good of all involved, right? Because it's not just about me. Whatever happens, whatever I'm trying to create, whatever I'm trying to call in, even though I'm calling in for myself, there's a ripple effect on how I call that in to someone else. Something shifts in the whole entire universe for that thing to come to me. So when I'm trying to call that thing in, I always want to call it in for my greatest and highest good, and for the greatest and highest good of all of those involved, right? It's because it's not just about me. It's beyond me. And so by using that phrase, for my greatest and highest good and for the greatest and highest good of all involved, I'm evoking that, so that ripple effect goes beyond me, and it's for the greatest and highest good of all of us. So that's how you keep things into balance, because when you don't take this into account, you call things in, and a lot of times you're calling shit in that you're not ready for. A lot of times you're calling things in that, because you're not ready for them, now there's chaos in your life. Now things are unbalanced because you didn't call them in a balanced way. So make sure that you are being intentional about the things that you call in, so that you can call them in a balanced way. Because the last thing that you want to do is like ask for shit, and again, you're not ready for it, or like it came at you too fast. And there's nothing worse than calling things in, and because you don't have the capacity to actually hold them, they go as quick as they come, because you just weren't ready. You don't have the capacity for it. You don't have the space for it. You don't have the room for it. You wasn't energetically prepared for it. And so it's just a feeling that I don't wish on anybody. So when you are tapping into your wizard energy, just remember to ask for balance. And like, you know, wizard energy, we're speaking, you know, if we want to go into like, you know, a wizard is usually a male witch, right? Or a male whatever, you know? So it's like, it's that masculine energy, it's that doing. So you guys know I'm very big on that balance of like divine masculine, divine feminine. So when you are in your divine masculine energy and you're doing, right, remember to do with balance. Remember to do with balance. Even like when you're going after the thing, remember to stay balanced. Remember to tap into your divine feminine energy so that, you know, there's balance there. In the wizard card, we see how a person has transformed after applying the lessons learned. The wizard in the card is standing on the pier watching the waves carry off the sand. He maintains a sense of balance, knowing that what is his will come to him and will not pass him by. The wizard stands with 3 joints lined up, representing moving into the next stages of a situation. The wizard always shows up when it's time to travel. While he stands with his back to us, we must wait for him to turn around, symbolizing the patience of the joint. The momentum to turn the ground herbs into a wand signifies growth and a rite of passage delivered by the wizard. Plant spirit that you want to work with is basil. Basil, basil, basil. I love a basil bath. So conjuring, hood love, and a wizard energy is what came up from this spread. Now we're going to go ahead and back that up with some support from the Ancestral. So this is one of my favorite Ancestral decks. It is the Andinkra Ancestral Guidance card by Simone Bresciando. And we're going to go ahead and ask the ancestors, what do we need to keep in mind? What do we need to watch out for in January 2024? And I'm only going to pull one card. So the card is Nia Opesi Obedi Hini. This is what it looks like. This is the beautiful Andinkra symbol on the card. And it says, he who wants to be king. He who wants to be king must first learn to serve. Okay, and this is, seems like this is a very prominent and well-known Andinkra saying. It says service, humility, leadership. Society provides many examples of leadership that are toxic and selfish. Leadership is about service. It is about understanding the needs of your community and serving them, which sometimes to the detriment of your own desires. It is not an easy role, but it is one that you are made for. Additional meanings for this card: be of service. Take a leadership role in your life. Lead from a place of love and service, not fear and defense. So for those of you that are familiar with my business coaching program for entrepreneurs, Business to the Chakras, I teach business through the perspectives of the chakras, through the perspective of like energetic alignment as an entrepreneur. And when we get to the heart chakra, I talk about sacred service, because I believe that abundance comes through sacred service. So this card is a huge reminder for those of you to get into your heart space when you are creating your offers, when you are thinking about your aligned client. If you really are about this entrepreneur life, you have to be about service. Like, you are only working in your business with this idea of like, I just want to be well known. I just want to be the king. I just want to be the queen. I just want to use this business to get me fame and money and blah, blah, blah. And you're not approaching your business from a place of service first, and all those things come before service for you. You're going to have a very interesting path and a very interesting journey. That's all I'm going to say. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. And, you know, I'm not going to be here for the rest of the month, but, you know, maybe you could do like a little roulette and just watch an old video. And I'm sure it's going to be the exact message that you're going to need to hear for the rest of the month. So thank you for being here. I'll see you guys next month. If you want to connect with me in person, live, in the flesh, come through the Rooted Visionary Experience on January 14th. It is a one-day retreat in New York City in Washington Heights. It's going to be from 11 to 6 p.m. pull up on me. I want to see you guys. I want to be in community with you guys. And I'm really excited to show up in sacred service and create this incredible experience that you are never going to forget. All right. Thanks for being here. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.